The present president conceived this idea before the 2012 elections.
Exactly.
And I had the opportunity of sitting down one-on-one with him at about 6 a.m. in his house to discuss various aspects, various issues. And I raised a number of points. He also gave me his ideas about how he wanted it to be implemented. And I tried to point out to him that if you go this way, this is what you're likely to meet. If you go that way, this is what you're likely to meet. With all sincerity, I was very sincere in my points. I must say that in principle, the idea is probably one of the most far-reaching policy issues that we have raised for a very long time in this country. In principle, it's a very good idea. Okay. It's always a problem of implementation and the scope and the sustainability. So we discussed all these, and then he asked me to go and meet a committee that he had set up to look at the figures, the financial aspects, everything. So I went and met them. We looked at all the figures, and I was very frank with them. I told them my peace of mind that, please, the direction in which you're going, when you start this thing, within a matter of 2 years, you are going to run into serious difficulties as far as the economy of this country is concerned. This wholesale mass thing that you're going to do is going to bring constraints. I'm not saying that don't bring the program. It's the best that ever can happen to any, because without free education, I wouldn't have been where I am. So there is no way I can say that you should not bring this in. But please watch it. Watch how you... Unfortunately, my views, let me say that, my views did not find favor with the committee. I don't want to get into this syndrome of, you know, I told you so. No. What I predicted has happened. What we need to do is to sit down, and government should listen to everybody and let us see how best we can resolve this issue. No one should try and put a barrier that, look, we have decided that this is what we are going to do, and there should be no alternative. Those who are giving alternatives should shut up. As I've heard one person say on the radio, it's not the best approach to resolving issues when these issues arise. They should listen to us.
So you had a proposal then. You talked about the sustainability, the scope, and then the implementation. What was your proposal back then? What were you proposing that we did that was not done, that landed us where we are?
Yeah, I proposed several things, but one that I stressed very strongly was that, yes, it's good to have children going to the senior high school free. But free does not necessarily mean that nobody should pay. Somebody somewhere will pay. And if it's government that is going to pay, then if you include boarding, you're really going to run into a lot of trouble. Tuition and other academic ancillaries, yes. But if you send a child to school and you're going to feed the child, including the day student, once a day, you are going to run into serious difficulties. So they should look at that one as number one. Number two, there are certain children in this country whose parents can never afford secondary school education. They will deserve to be supported. But there are equally so many other children whose parents can pay 10 times over whatever is being spent on children in the senior high schools. There's no reason why those children should also get it free, including their feeding and lodging. So make the policies like that. It will depend on some sort of means test, so that those who really, really cannot pay will benefit probably even beyond what it costs